what's going on with you, okay? So that we know when you get home what's going on, okay? So when you're ready, tell her SIT or use her energy to just go forward. There you go. Good. Slow down. There you go. Good. That was nice. Yes. Good. There you go. And feed. Every time she drops her head and picks it back up, you gotta feed. Shut up, Rowdy. There you go. Good. Feed.
Yes, good job.
Good. Wait a second. And good. Good. Yes. Nice. There we go. Very nice. Feed. Slow down. There you go. Nice. Okay, stop for a second. So you were about to do an about turn or a left turn and your dog was not paying any attention.
Yeah.
Okay.
I caught that.
So take a deep breath and go, okay, she's getting fatigued mentally. She's getting a little tired.
Okay.
So we're gonna make this session a little shorter,
Okay.
and we're gonna try and make it really quality what we've got.
Okay.
So right now, back up and call her to you.
Artie? Yeah.
Good. She has less pizzazz about her than she had earlier. Step beside her. And foos and go forward.
This.
And feed her a bunch and then release her.
Good girl. Yeah.
Don't put any more on the ground.
Okay. Yeah.
Just wait till she's done eating. She's gonna pick her head up in just a second. Make some noise. Yeah! Now use
Good
that.
job, good
Foos and go forward.
What?
Foos and go forward.
Okay. This.
There you go. That's nice. And feed a whole bunch and just stop. And feed her a handful. Good. Good. Now foos and go forward.
This.
Good. There you go.
Good job.
Foos and go fast.
This.
Good. And reach down and pet her and tell her she's a great girl. Yes. Give her some food. There you go. Good. So we can't go as long or as far as we did the first time because she doesn't have the mental concentration right
Okay.
now, okay? Because she's getting fatigued.
Okay.
And you're not as quick to respond this time as you were
Okay.
last time because you're probably getting a little mentally, all of us are getting a little
Okay.
mentally fatigued, okay? So put this on her prong collar.
Okay.
Take your other leash off.
Okay.
And I just want you to let her go hang out, okay?
Okay.
If she comes over to see us, that's fine. I just want her, just reach down and pet her and tell her she's a good girl. Reach down and pet her and tell her she's a good girl.
Good girl.
Walk over there towards those.
Good.
I want her to get distracted and want to leave you. She's like, I'm not going to leave you.
It's a trick.
Yeah. Out here, I always have to be next to her. I got the smelly food, huh?
Okay, take your leash off.
Okay.
Do you know what you're going to do if she runs away?
Call her.
Or you're
Then
going to
run.
down her. Either one.
Call her, then run different directions.
You're going to run backwards. So right now, just drop your leash.
Okay, this.
Call her, yes. Call her right now.
Alright, come.
Oh, good girl. That's okay. She's going to check that out.
Good girl.
Good.
Good job,
Give her
girl.
some food. When you're at home in the common area and you let your dog loose, number one, do you have the prong collar on your dog?
Not usually.
Feed her. Do you have food on you?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, you're going to have the prong collar on the dog and you're going to have food on you every time you take her out.
Okay.
Because there has to be a reason to come back to you.
Okay.
There's got to be a reason for her not to want to go over there and smell something else.
Okay.
Way more interesting
I see.
and come back to you, okay? And it's not really fair to give her electric stim for that. If she comes back, feed her.
Good girl, yes.
We want to encourage her. You can go off and go potty, but you can smell something, but I want you to always keep me in your peripheral vision. Where's mom? What's mom doing? I can go over here, but I still have to know where mom is. Mom's always my top priority. So call her right now.
Honey, come on. Here. Come.
Good job.
Good girl. Yeah.
Good job. That's really nice. Good job, Jenny. Good. So when you're done feeding her, and so she knows that she's done with that exercise, reach down and pet her and just tell her okay.
Good
Because
job.
when you move and you've got food in your hand, she's going to follow you. Good, atta girl.
You're so silly girl.
Nobody's gonna pet her. There you go. That's right. That lets her know. Okay, we're done.
Okay.
We'll give her some more food. She wants to do more, so give her more. It's okay. This is not a bad problem. This is a good problem.
Good job. Okay. Good girl.
So just stand still, and you'll become uninteresting in a second, maybe. Feed her again.
Oh, good job, girl.
And we all know not to pet her. So if she comes over and jumps on Monica, Monica's not going to do anything. She's just going to stand there like a statue. Ignore her and ignore her.
You think I have a food?
Go give it to her.
Good.
That's okay.
Good job.
Do you understand what I'm trying to teach you here?
Yes.
I want the dog to want to be around you. I want the dog not to want to go over there and see what everybody's fixing for lunch, or go over there and meet the dog that's on the lung down. I want the dog to be about you, okay? So
Okay.
when you take the dog out in the common area to let her go to the bathroom, and you give her the command to go to the bathroom, and you're worried about her because you can't see her anymore, and you call her, she's going to come back to you, or she's going to be very somewhat close to in the vicinity of where you are. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then we don't have to have an electric collar right now.
Okay.
We don't have to have any collar. But we have to walk out with treats every single time.
Okay.
We have to walk out with a leash, and we have to walk out with a prong collar. Okay? Because we have to have a way to correct the dog if the dog does something wrong. Okay? So I would take her out on a flexi lead. That would be
Okay.
my opinion. I would take her out on the flexi lead. I'd let her learn to go all the way to the end of it, go sniff, go pee, go poop, whatever. And then when she's not paying any more attention to you than the man in the moon, you're gonna recall her. Already come here. And if she doesn't come, you've got a way to retract her in back to you. And then when she gets there, you've got food to give her to go, hey, look, this is a great place to be.
Can she like ever run wild?
It's not that she can't ever run wild, but you've got to be able to control the ever run wild.
Okay.
Okay? So if you can't control her, if you can't call her back and you can't down her, then you don't need to take her someplace and let her run wild and do something, because you're teaching her not to listen to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, like I said to you before, when I have a dog that's this age, they're extremely unpredictable. And so they always have a leash on them to some extent, whether it's this long or this long. But if I take my dog someplace new, I've always got a leash on him. That dog's almost 3 years old, and I had a leash on him, and he's been here before.
Marty.
That's okay. She's gonna ignore her. She's gonna ignore her. And you're gonna call her.
Marty, come.
Back up.
Come.
Give her some place to go.
Good
And
girl.
you've got food. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
If that happens, you've got to be able to control your dog. If you take the dog, call her now.
Marty, come.
Good. If you take this dog to the common area and somebody's got a bunch of kids out there and she starts going over there and jumping around the kids, the mom's going to go crazy. You've got to be able to control your dog. You've got to be able to call her back. Call her now.
Marty, come. Come.
She likes you.
Good girl.
Wonder what you have delicious in your cup.
Yeah, maybe. There must be food in there.
So now Karma is not the most exciting person anymore. You're more exciting because you've got the food. Karma ignores her. But when you take her to a park somewhere and there's a bunch of screaming kids and a bunch of screaming people or whatever, or everybody's getting excited, then the dog feeds off all that energy, and then you start to lose control of the dog. Okay.
Yeah, I've
So-
never turned her loose in the area where other people. Only.
Call her now.
Arnie, come. Yes.
Good
girl.
job. But even here at training, okay, you want to be able to 100% know beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Arnie, come. Come on, Arnie. Arnie, come.
There you go.
Good job.
You want to know beyond a shadow of a doubt when you're out here, if you call the dog's going to come.
Okay.
And the dog has to know there's going to be a consequence if there's not. And it's going to be a very severe one. No.
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 Arnie, come. Arnie, come.
Good job. That was excellent. Great job on your part. So since she's interested in everybody all of a sudden, let's put the Flexi lead on her. And let's see if we can't give her a correction at the same time. Make sure it's on your prong. There you go. So you're going to stay here, and you're going to let the line go out because we're all going to walk that direction, and she's going to want to go with us, okay? And you're going to let the line go out some, and then you're going to call her when she's interested in following us, okay? So our whole group is going to take a couple of steps this way. You're going to stay stationary and let her follow us, and now you're going to call her.
Arnie, come. Yes. Good job, girl.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So for me, what if she was my dog, I would go find places where there are people at a ballpark, and I would be outside the ballpark and away, like the people would be a little further away, and I would have a flexi lead, and I would let her get distracted, and I would call her, and I would give her correction, and I would feed, and I would stay there 5 minutes, and then I'd get in the car and I'd go home, and then I would go again tomorrow and find some place where there's a lot of busyness and a lot of stuff going on, and let her get distracted and recall her a couple times. 10 minutes, put her in the car, go home. Go to Walmart, get out at Walmart, walk her around, let her see all the cars, let her see all the people. She gets distracted, recall her, put her in the car, go back home.
Okay.
I would do tons of that so that you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that she's going to come when you call.
Okay.
When you have proof that she understands what you're telling, she knows where the position is, she knows what she's supposed to do, then you can go to an e-collar.
Okay.
Because then the dog knows exactly what you expect, what your expectation is, okay? And then the e-collar is not negative, then the e-collar is just a reinforcement of what the dog already knows. And that's when we get our hands off the dog. I personally am not a good enough dog trainer to train exercises with an e-collar. There are some dog trainers who can. The bird dog people are absolutely fabulous at it. They can train dogs with an e-collar, but I'm not. And I admit that. So I teach all of my exercises, number one, through motivation. Then I start using some correction, and then eventually I go to the finished product where my hands are off and I have an e-collar. When I need distance and I need my hands off my dog. But I don't teach it with an e-collar.
Okay.
Because I want the dog to know what is expected of the dog before I use the e-collar. And that I'm not harping on that like I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I'm just explaining why I don't use an e-collar at this point.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Because somebody told me they have to understand it. So I thought that she probably understand calm. So I was thinking, I don't know. So
I understand. Yes, she does, but she doesn't come every single time that you want her to come without spin on a dime. Okay. And so does she understand it? Yes, but I think there's a step between. Okay, I taught it motivationally, and I'm here, and we're using an e-collar. Does that make sense?
Yes. I need a.
I think there's a more gradual progression for me anyway, and the way I teach, there's a more gradual progression to that. And I want to put the dog in training scenarios so that I can correct the dog.
Did you need a holder?
Okay. I want the dog. Tell her down.
Flats. Flats.
Good. I want to put the dog in training scenarios where I can control all the factors. Okay. I don't want to train where I can't control all the stuff that's going on. Because eventually I'm going to be in places where I can't control all the factors, but I want to know when I get there that my dog's going to do what I want it to do.
Okay.
And the only way I can know that is if I can control all the factors and control the dog and control everything, and then I go, okay, when I take it out of this and put it over here, I'm still going to have the same picture. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So your dog is doing really, really well. If you and I sat down, I mean, if we are honest with it, from the last time you were here and we were over there
Yeah.
by the Methodist Church, your dog has come a long way, and you have done a fabulous job of training your dog. Don't rush it. Is
Okay.
what I told you that last time. Don't rush it. You've got plenty of time. This is your hobby. This is what you enjoy. This is what you like doing. So enjoy the process. Okay? If I could go back and do that over with my children, I would probably have enjoyed the process a little bit more than I did. Not gotten so stressed over it. So enjoy the process. Okay? Enjoy her while she's 12 months, because she'll never be 12 months again. You'll never be here again. So enjoy the time that you're here. Don't
Okay.
try and hurry up and get to Shits and 3, because it's going to get there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, we're going to walk back towards everybody over there at the picnic tables, okay? And you're going to stay on the flexi lead. And when she gets out and starts to head that way, I want you to recall her and call her back to you, okay?
Okay.
Because I think mentally she's about done with what we've done here, and I think you need to have the confidence and know that you can control your dog.
Yes.
Okay. She's a nice dog. Go ahead and feed her. And just say, come on, let's go. And we're just going to head this direction. We're all going to go this way.
Correction means that you
Yes, can be, correction is with the collar, with the voice, can be no, can be,
so whatever the dog reacts to. And with the voice is not cutting it, then
good job.
nice.
There you go. Good job. Now you're going to head straight to the table, okay? Because that's going to be a huge temptation. But yeah, compulsion, a little bit of compulsion.
Okay.
And it, you cannot train German. You can't train German Shepherd.